Bienvenue. Welcome back to another edition of Catching the Cut with me, Queen 504. And tonight, again, with me, I try to bring y'all something different than what everybody else is reporting on because you can only watch the same thing so many times. But welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me just first put out the Fair Use Act disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. So tonight, I ran across this article on Diddy about his Ghislane Maxwell. Um, this lady was mentioned. She is kind of like the Desiree Perez. What Desiree Perez is to Jay Z, this is what this lady is to Diddy. Her name was mentioned in the lawsuit that Lil Rod um, filed against Diddy. If y'all go back and look at Lil Rod's lawsuit, I believe it was something like 75 pages. It included executives, it included security, it included, I believe, at least one of his kids, but executives at Universal and I believe at Motown. Y'all know Kevin Lau stepped down. I'm not saying he's a part of anything, but he stepped down from his position a day or two ago as well. Um, her name is Kristina Khorrum, and she's said to be Diddy's right hand, and that she plays a huge part in all of his shenanigans. So I don't have I do have it. I just don't know where it's at. But I've seen a whole bunch of other YouTubers that have it. So if y'all want to see the lawsuit that Lil Rod, specifically Onan, has all the paperwork. I know he does. Onan the ruler. Um, y'all can see it on his page. But let's go over this article from the New York Times. It says Sean Diddy Combs once called his Combs Enterprises chief of staff, Kristina Khorram, his right hand. But a source involved in legal proceedings with the mogul believes she is more. She is more his manipulator in chief. So this lady um, is probably being looked at real, real good by the prosecutors in this case. And either she is going to be a witness, a star witness, or she's going to be behind bars with Diddy, one or the other. If they get her to flip, then she'll be a star witness. If they don't get her to flip, then she's going to be in a cell next to Diddy. High ranking supervisors were flagged in the 3 count federal indictment charging Combs with trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution on Tuesday, a day after the 54-year-old hip hop mogul was arrested by Homeland Security agents at a New York City hotel. Combs has pleaded not guilty to the charges but remains in custody on a judge's order after a $50 million bail bid was rejected. Quorum has not been arrested or charged with any crime, and she is not named in the indictment. However, as I said, if you guys go back and look at Lil Rod's lawsuit, it's a whole bunch of specific incidents and name dropping of this lady right here, Kristina Khorram. And it's in his paperwork. It's not been proven to be true or false. It's what he alleges happened in his lawsuit. Under this is a picture of her. Under her picture, it says, "If anybody is a gatekeeper, Christina would know everything. The source added to the post. According to the indictment, Combs is alleged to have used certain employees, including high ranking supervisors, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex ring. According to the indictment, Combs is alleged to have used certain employees. We just read that. The supervisors facilitated uh, X performances dubbed freak-offs, according to the indictment, which included X workers. Y'all fill in the first letter. I just say X, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, lighting. During raids at Diddy's mansions earlier this year, narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant were seized by federal agents. The feds have gotten evidence from a lot of sources, recordings, text messages, names, texts from Kristina Khorrum. Like I said, y'all gonna hear her name a lot. Um, this is Lil Rod right here. So he is the one that, let me go back. I just don't want to miss anything. So let's look at this picture. Quorum joined Bad Boy Entertainment as a senior executive in 2013 and became a manager for Diddy, the director, office of the chairman of Combs Enterprises. According to her now deleted LinkedIn profile, oh, you deleted it, huh? She was appointed chief of staff in 2020. Um, so it looks like a photo is missing in between here, but it says Sean Diddy Combs once called his chief of staff of at Combs Enterprises, Kristina Khorram, his right hand. But a source close to the federal ex-trafficking investigation into him claims she is more. She is his manipulator-in-chief. And this is Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones, and he filed the bombshell lawsuit against Diddy last year. Quorum did not return the post's request for comment on Tuesday. In 2021, Diddy had posted about her on Facebook saying, "She's been my right hand for the last 8 years and has consistently proven to execute and get shit done. Don't know how I function without her." In a separate lawsuit from the federal investigation filed by rapper Lil Rod in February, uh, they're calling Lil Rod a rapper. When the lawsuit was filed, he initially filed because he said he was a producer on Diddy's latest album, the Love album, and that Diddy didn't pay him for his services for producing on the Love album. That's what facilitated him to filing the lawsuit, and in doing such, he added all this other stuff. Um, I'm telling y'all, go read the lawsuit. It's some bombshell stuff up in there. Um, so in a lawsuit separate from the federal investigation filed by rapper Lil Rod in February, Quorum 37 was described as the Ghislane Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein, a reference to the notorious ex-offender and his now imprisoned right-hand woman, and accused of having ordered ex-workers and prostitutes for him. Lil Rod, born Rodney Jones, also alleged in an amended complaint that Quorum required Combs's domestic employees, including the butler, chef, and housekeepers, to carry a fanny pack with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana gummies, and a pink drug called Tusi. Tusi is a combination of ecstasy and cocaine, so Combs could indulge in his drug of choice at any time. Now, let me tell y'all, I don't know nothing about Tusi, but what I've heard about it is that Tusi gets you up and I guess brings you down. So it helps you get up and stay up for the party, and then somehow brings you down. Um, that's what I've heard. So I guess it's kind of like a upper mixed with a downer. I don't know, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna say alleged on that. As a chief of staff, Khorram, according to Lil Rod's suit, was instrumental in organizing and executing the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act enterprise that he claims Diddy was running. So she is the person allegedly that ordered the ex workers and prostitutes for Diddy. And she has not been arrested. She's not been charged with any crime. She's still out free, probably trying to use up them 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant somewhere. Uh, she ain't gonna let them go to waste, I'm sure. Um, So this is one of Diddy's mansions that was raided, the one in LA that he's trying to sell right now. Also, according to Lil Rod's suit, Quorum had another employee, Stevie G, recruit ex-workers to participate in the freak-offs. Lil Rod's lawsuit is ongoing, but Diddy's lawyers have filed requests for it to be dismissed. Mr. Jones's lawsuit is pure fiction, a shameless attempt to create media hype and extract a quick settlement. Mr. Jones was not threatened, groomed, assaulted, or trafficked. We look forward to proving in a court of law that all of Mr. Jones's claims are made up and must be dismissed, attorney Erica Wolf told USA Today in August about the suit. Khorram joined Bad Boy Entertainment as a senior executive in 2013 and became a manager for Diddy, the director in the office of the chairman of Combs Enterprises, according to her now deleted LinkedIn profile. She was appointed chief of staff in 2020, and apparently she was proud. Kristina must be cooperative, the source said, referring to the federal case against Diddy. At least if she's smart, she will be. And with them saying she's cooperative, I believe she's cooperative because she has not been arrested yet. Not saying she won't be, but she has not been arrested um, yet. So that means that she has to be cooperating in some sense of the word. Um, there's other people's names who are in these lawsuits. If you all look at the video I did yesterday, um, or the timeline of Diddy's, from when he first formed Bad Boy up until all of the lawsuits, I believe September 17th or 18th, you all will see other names that we hadn't seen before, but they were embedded in some of these lawsuits, such as Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall was with the group called Guy. If you're young, you don't remember that group, but it was a group Teddy Riley put together. Aaron Hall was in that group. Michael Bivins' name is also in one of those lawsuits claiming that he held somebody down for Diddy. And I don't. If they were smart, I'm guessing they're cooperating. Because again, we haven't heard of any charges, any arrests, or any of that. Um, I also wanted to touch a little bit for just a second. Let me just say, rest in peace to Takeoff. It's coming up on a year that Takeoff has been deceased, and there has not been a prosecution in his case down in Houston. Um, but I was thinking that there are pictures of, I don't know if you guys remember, but there are pictures of Quavo and Diddy from last year. I had to be in about December when we started seeing these pictures of Quavo. with Diddy. He showed up with him after all of the stuff was going on in Houston with Jay Prince Sr. and his family, and how they were threatening Offset, and telling Quavo he better better say what it was, and this and that. And it got me to thinking, because I remembered seeing those photos of Quavo with Diddy, and I was like, dang, he ran to Diddy. Um, and it kind of shocked me because I didn't know that they were close like that. And so seeing him with Diddy was just kind of odd. Let me see if I can pull them up. Pull something up. Diddy and Quavo. And so after reading these lawsuits and all of this stuff about Diddy, I started thinking, did Quavo run to Diddy for protection from the princes? We didn't think, when I say we as a community of people of color, did not think that Diddy had as much, I guess, power in the industry as he had. And he had power through force and violence. And if we didn't know that, Senior knew that, because after Quavo showed up and was with Diddy, we ain't hear no more from Senior. We ain't hear nothing, no more taunts to Offset, nothing else to Quavo. And it's like they just stopped talking about Quavo. And I was like, dang, all this was right in front of our face. See, here are pictures of Quavo. And I remember it was the first time we saw Quavo do the T for Takeoff. He was on the boat with Meek Mill and um, Diddy. And it was all kinds of Quavo resurfaces after Takeoff's death. And he resurfaced with Diddy. Quavo. Uh, trying to see. Quavo all smiles as he resurfaces at Diddy's New Year's Eve party after, um, in what marks his first photos since he was spotted at the memorial service for Takeoff. Quavo appeared to be in good spirits. So the first appearance he made after Takeoff's memorial, he pops up with Diddy of all people. And they brought in, y'all can see right here, Quavo, Diddy, and more celebs ringing the new year together. Like, okay, I didn't get it then. People were saying it, but I didn't get it. But I get it now. Quavo truly did run to Diddy for protection because he knew Senior and them wasn't fucking with Diddy. He wasn't gonna say nothing to Diddy because he knew what was coming behind. He knew, we ain't know Diddy blew up cars and stuff, but Senior knew, the princes knew, and they wasn't messing with that man. So that's how Quavo, I guess, was free to do whatever he wanted to do after that, and the princes just left him alone and stopped messing with him, and we didn't catch that, but. That's what my mindset is with that. That Quavo surfaced with Diddy and them after Takeoff passed, after Senior and them made all of those threats and stuff. But that's all that I have for you guys today. I thank you so much for stopping in and taking a listen to what my thoughts are on it. And I hope that I've brought you all some different information than everybody else, because I know it's 1,000 people reporting the same stuff over and over again. So I thank you for taking a minute and stopping in. Have a good one. Oh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.